Hello everybody. Welcome to this week of Wednesday Night Dash Season 7 presented by Stadium Scene TV. My name is Hunter Hughes in the booth, and tonight we have the 2023 the Chicagoland 75 presented by Stadium Scene. Real quick, let's take a look at the track stats here at Chicagoland. We got 1.5 miles. Actually isn't a cookie cutter. We got 18 degrees in the turns, 11 degrees on the front stretch, and 5 degrees on the back stretch. It's in, oh gosh, I'm not gonna even attempt to pronounce that name of the city. I apologize for everybody that lives in there in Illinois. I want to say Joliet, but that doesn't seem right. Open in 2001. Tonight's session info: we have a 10-minute practice, 5-minute closed qualification or 2 laps, and we have 75 laps with a competition caution at lap 35. Real quick, let's take a look at the point standings, and actually the gap for the lead has gotten smaller after last week. The gap to Colton Gardner and Tyler Vickery is only 11 points away. Can you believe that? And then we have Kean McAravey sitting in third at 71, Brian McKinney at 60, Dalton Wicker at 46, Caden McAravey at 45 points, Ian Miller at 40 points, Eric Richardson at 36 points, Jesse Fox at 26, and Justin Eves at 25, and that rounds out your top 10. Then you have Andrew Hewitt at 17, Scott McHarris at 15, DJ Fluck at 11, Mark Vickers at 10, and Eric Blum at 2. The drivers just went in. Into qualification, but let's take a look from their results from practice. We have Dalton Wicker actually fastest in practice, but right now on the track is Ian Miller. Ian Miller hitting the track to start his qualifying lap.
Ian Miller was fifth fastest in practice. Expect a good run from him. What the? Ones. It's having a little bit of technical errors right now, but okay, I guess it's just gonna have to be how it is. For some reason, I have a race lab open right now, and for some reason, I usually have a track map open so I can keep an eye on where everybody is. And for some reason, it has it as centripetal circuit. That's what my track map is showing right now. Is just centripetal circuit. So, well, oh, Ian Miller actually hits the wall, but Colton Gardner setting the pole right now. Dalton Wicker actually sitting P2. Oh, I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Sorry for all the little issues. I'm not used to having... It's just a little bit of issues. We have 8 drivers that showed up tonight. Dalton Wicker on top of the board. Ran a 31.383. Some good speed out of that 51 machine. Then we just have Caden McAravey. Currently sitting P2. Colton Garner currently sitting P3. And Jesse Fox sitting P4. Eric Richardson, good run from him, starting P5. Tyler Vickery, oh, there he goes. He was sitting 6th, but he just set his last fast lap. So he is going to be 3rd, running a 31.511 as we see him going crazy after his lap. But last driver out on the track is Brian McKinney. He's coming around for his final fast lap. What's he going to set? P4. Oh, actually, he's still got one more fast lap. A P4 for Brian McKinney. 10 drivers tonight, actually. Brian McKinney has a good run in that sector. Is he going to be able to speed up his... Get a quicker lap. Man, you can just see how far he's sending it into there. Oh, and he hits the wall. Unfortunately, not going to be able to set a faster lap. But your starting lineup tonight is Dalton Wicker on pole, Caden McAravey sitting P2, Tyler Vickery P3, Brian McKinney P4, Colton Gardner P5, Jesse Fox P6, Eric Richardson P7, Ian Miller P8, DJ Fluck P9, and Andrew Hewitt P10. Now, as we wait for these drivers, they're going to start gridding up. Let's see if we can get a interview going. Let's drag in Eric. It's Hunter up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. You're rolling off P5 tonight. You feel confident in your abilities here at Chicagoland?
Yeah, overall I feel pretty good. I just got to watch that turn 4 exit and try to manage tires best I can.
Yeah, that'll definitely bite you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see me slide back a little bit here at the start, just kind of conserving early. We'll see what everybody does in this first run, and then make adjustments after the caution.
All right, will you have a good race, my friend?
Thank you.
Apologies. He is starting P7, not P5. That was my own personal error. Let's drag in one more as they roll off. Jesse, it's Hunter in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going, Hunter?
It's going good. You're rolling off P6 tonight in your Cheerios machine. Do you feel pretty confident about tonight?
I do like this track. I don't know if confident is the word because these guys are so good, but yeah, I do like running here.
Well, that's good. You're just gonna take it easy, or are you gonna be aggressive?
I think everybody that runs here knows that it's all about tire management here. So, man, the racer wants to be aggressive, but the brain knows to take it easy.
All right. Well, you have a good race.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. All right, got a couple interviews in, but it's Dalton Wicker and Caden McAravey back out front. Let's take a quick, as they're going into turn 3, let's take a quick look through everybody's paint schemes. We got Dalton Wicker in his Tiny Toes Mobile 1 paint scheme. Ian Miller in his classic Iowa Hawkeyes. Tyler Vickery in his New Smyrna. Brian McKinney in the Milwaukee as they're coming down. Green flag is out here at Chicagoland. Dalton Wicker gets a really good jump as Tyler Vickery looks to the inside. Tyler Vickery is going to get clear of Caden McAravey for that second place spot. But Caden McAravey is looking to get it back. Looking back just a bit. Everybody's running in a line so far. This is a race about tire management, so let's see who can do it the best. They all come whipping past. Oh, as we see a move for the lead. Tyler Vickery is looking under Dalton Wicker for the lead here on lap number 2. As they cross the line, Tyler Vickery is going to fall back into line. But that's going to allow the 3 of Caden McAravey Jr. to catch back up. And Caden going to try to make a move. As it looks like Tyler Vickery gets a little loose as he comes off the corner. And now the 24 and the 3 are going to be side by side. As the 3 is going to dive way low and is going to get clear. And now Tyler Vickery is going to fall another spot to Brian McKinney. Tyler Vickery way off the pace now as Ian Miller looks to the outside of Tyler Vickery. Tyler Vickery going to stop the bleeding at P5. Or maybe, as Colton Gardner now is looking to the outside of Tyler Vickery. Remember, these two are only 11 points away in the standings, so both of them need to have strong runs tonight. And right now they're running P5 and P6. They're still fighting really, really hard for that P5 spot, but it looks like Colton Gardner is going to have the edge as they go into turn number 1. Colton Gardner is going to have kind of a bad blink. Hopefully that gets sorted out. We don't want to see a driver get a black flag for blinks, but if it has to happen, it has to happen. But then these two battling side by side for a couple of laps has allowed Jesse Fox to catch up to both of them. We were hearing Jesse Fox talking about tire management. Are we going to see him be aggressive and try and pass these two. As Colton Gardner gets clear of Tyler Vickery, that's going to... Now, what can Jesse Fox do? Jesse Fox kind of putting the pressure on Tyler Vickery. But I'm sure Tyler Vickery can recover from the massive amounts of bleeding. Looking back up front, Caden McAravey and Brian McKinney are kind of getting into a bit of a tussle. But everything seems to be just squared away right now. As Brian McKinney looks to the inside of Caden McAravey, he's going to make it stick. Let's quickly take a look from the inside of that 8 machine. He's going to dive down low. He's going to get to the inside. He isn't going to be able to make it stick. But look who's joined the pack, Ian Miller. Let's take a look from Ian Miller's machine as he's watching both of these drivers fight in front of him. What can Ian Miller do? Ian Miller having a strong run so far tonight. Set in P4. Brian McKinney looking underneath of Caden McAravey once again, but the gap to the lead has shrunk, and now Caden McAravey is almost trying to look for the lead on Dalton Wicker. This seems to be another one of those tracks that it's super hard to pass. You can only really make the pass if someone makes a mistake. Real quick, it looks like Tyler Vickery is starting to put the pressure on Colton Gardner, as they will our 2 championship leaders. Oh, Colton Gardner gets a bit loose. That's going to allow Tyler Vickery to get to the inside. They're side by side for P5. Tyler Vickery is going to get out ahead. Can Colton Gardner get the run and get around him once again? Or what will Jesse Fox have to say about all this battling? Colton Gardner looks low. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Kind of pulls a bit of a slide job, but it doesn't work. They're side by side going down the backstretch. Colton Gardner dive bombs again into turn 3. As they come off turn 4, they're side by side. And Tyler Vickery still has the edge over Colton Gardner, but looking back up front, we have a 4-car battle for the lead. 2 by 2 they roll out. Caden McAravey looking to the inside. Brian McKinney looking to the outside of that 3-car. The 3-car was just trying to fight for... the lead, but he's actually going to fall prey to that 8-car, and now Ian Miller is trying to get a piece of this pie. Caden McAravey bleeds to 3rd. Now it looks like Brian McKinney is going to try and make a move on your lead here. A great shot of all 4 drivers. They roll off. Actually, let's take a look at our blimp camera. As you see Brian McKinney rolling the top. The top is definitely the best line here. Look at those drivers get so close to the wall. Let's take a look back just a bit. Just right behind that 4-car pack is Tyler Vickery and Colton Gardner. They're having a little bit of a tussle. And you got Jesse Fox and Andrew Hewitt. And you got Eric Richardson and DJ Fluck. Our league admins having their own fun in the back. Looking back up front, we're seeing Caden McAravey starting to get the run on Brian McKinney as they all slide into the wall. Oh, Caden hard in the wall. Ian Miller going for a spin. He's going to be able to save it, though. Oh, no, he's going to lose it. Oh, hard into the wall goes Ian Miller. Is he going to be able to keep it rolling? He does keep it rolling. But unfortunate for Ian Miller, he just kind of got caught in the crossfire of that. Let's take a look at what happened. He just got... It's like he got into the wall and Caden got into the wall. And let's take a look at that from the inside of Ian Miller's car. You see in front of him, Caden McAravey in the 3-car. Caden hits the wall and Ian hits the wall, and there's just nothing you can do. Ian does a good job of saving it as he comes across the grass, but just loses it trying to get back up there and just nails the wall. Unfortunate for Ian Miller. He's had 2 bad weeks in a row now. Remember last time at... Oh, not even going to take a fast repair. Oh, unless he got the wrong pit box. But there should be a fast repair, unless he's just gonna save the fast repair for when we get the competition yellow. But looking now, our running order is quite different now. We have Dalton Wicker comfortably in the lead, Brian McKinney in second, Tyler Vickery sitting in third. Caden McAravey and Colton Garner sitting 4th and 5th. Colton Garner trying to make the move on Caden McAravey. You know, our championship leaders of Tyler Vickery and Colton Garner were kind of back in the pack until just recently. That incident with the 3-car and the 48-car allowed those 2 drivers to get right back up into the mix. Our competition caution is at lap 35. So we've still got a good bit of racing before we get that competition yellow. Tyler Vickery putting the pressure on Brian McKinney. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to go all the way down to the grass pretty much. Which that is legal here. Oh, and he comes back up and he almost gets into the side of Brian McKinney. And that's going to send Brian McKinney on a way worse line. That's going to allow Tyler Vickery to take that 2nd place spot. But Brian McKinney probably isn't too happy about that. Tyler kind of scared him with his own car by washing up the track, and that allowed Brian McKinney to get a really horrible line entering the turn 1. But as I was saying, as Caden McAravey gets into the wall again, is now going to fall prey to the 40 of Colton Gardner. But anyways, that white line is legal to go under here at tracks like this. The only line that is not legal is that solid yellow line right next to the grass, and you don't want to be in the grass. Colton Garner now looking to try and make a move on Brian McKinney. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to be side by side as they go down the backstretch. He's going to have a really nice line as he enters turn 3. Is he going to have the slide job? Is he going to be able to do it correctly? Oh, as he gets a little loose. And Brian McKinney gets loose too. But I think Colton Garner is going to comfortably have it. Now Brian McKinney looking to trying not to lose another spot to the 3 of Caden McAravey. Brian McKinney is probably quite upset at the moment. He's been shunted by the 24. He got kind of moved by the 40. And now the 3 is looking to do kind of a similar 3. The 3 goes all the way to the grass. You know, it's been, each car has had their own turn of doing this to Brian McKinney, but Brian McKinney is able to hold on. As Jesse Fox is now into the picture. Jesse Fox looking to get... Oh, as Brian McKinney is now going to be the one going all the way to the grass. Brian McKinney fighting hard on that inside line. That's just going to allow Jesse Fox to just scoot right on by. Move Brian McKinney to that 6th place position. That my man was running 2nd a handful of laps ago. But it's okay because we're only coming up to the halfway point. Everyone will be able to come down, get a fast repair, get some 4 fresh tires, and they'll be good to go. Ian Miller is starting to fall prey to the leaders as Tyler Vickery is looking to get around the lap car of Ian Miller. Now everybody's kind of spread out as we've seen the people that are bleeding off bleed off. Looking back into P7, got Eric Richardson and Andrew Hewitt kind of running close together. They might have a bit of a spicy battle as we approach this competition caution. But you know, so far, what an amazing run by Dalton Wicker. You know, the races that this guy runs, he either wins or loses. He's ran, I think, 2 races so far this season. He won Watkins Glen. I do remember that. He won Watkins Glen by a country mile. And last week he did okay at I don't even remember where we were last week. Oh, it was Michigan. He did okay at Michigan. Not horrible. And then tonight he's led every lap so far except for maybe 1 or 2, but he's putting on a class of a show tonight, that's for sure. As we've got about 3 laps until our stage break yellow. You know, Dalton Wicker just doing everything he needs to do to keep this car straight and not spinning. You can hear he's backing up his corners. He just crossed the line. Let's take a listen to the inside of Dalton Wicker's 51 machine. You could just hear how smooth he's being. He was getting so close to the wall. Let's take a look from this camera on just how close he's getting to that outside wall. All the way. There's mere inches in between him and that outside wall. But hey, that's why he's leading by about a second and a half. As they're coming around, Dalton Wicker's gonna see the green and white flag for the stage break. Stage 1 winner of Dalton Wicker. He's going to get that extra point that will surely help him in the standings, because real quick, let's take a look at the standings. Dalton Wicker is sitting at 5th. If he gets a win and he gets all of the stage points, that'll boost him up to 3rd possibly. Maybe 4th, but he's definitely going to be hunting 3rd. And Kian McAravey is not here tonight, so Kian McAravey won't be able to defend that. And Brian McKinney is kind of having a struggled night, so Dalton Wicker can surely boost himself up maybe to 3rd place and be in contention for the top 2 if he really turns up the heat in this second half. But yeah, so definitely some huge points implications when we're talking about that 51 machine of Dalton Wicker. But now it's my favorite part of the night. It's the pit stop cycle. Let's see who makes some bold decisions. Let's see who messes up on pit road, who misses their pit box, who slides through it. Let's see who doesn't take any tires, who takes too many tires, who takes... Let's see as they all come down, and we have a good camera view this week of all of pit lane. Ian Miller going to take the wave around. Actually, Ian Miller's pitting. Ian Miller probably should take the wave around, but he's also going to be the lucky dog. So Ian Miller will just be 1 lap down. The 24 right on the back bumper of the 51. As they Dalton, he slides through his pit box. Oh, that's exactly what he did not need to happen. And they're all taking their pit stop. Who's going to be the first one to roll off? Tyler Vickery's off. By a country mile, Tyler Vickery gets it. As we see Colton Garner gain a couple... Actually, lose a couple spots. Okay. The pit stop cycles happen once again. So before they catch back up to the pace car, it's Dalton Wicker, Vickery, Gardner, McAravey, Fox, McKinney, Hewitt, Richardson, and Fluck. Let's see how they change as they cross the line. I could already tell Caden McAravey entered 4th but came off 2nd, so that's a positive 2. Let's see, they're about to cross the line. But unfortunate for Dalton losing the lead. But let's see what he can do. Now Tyler Vickery is your control car. Well, Gardner lost a spot. Brian McKinney, I think, maintained his spot. Maintained that 6th place. Eric Richardson gained a spot. Good for him. But Tyler Vickery, the man who plays pit road correctly. So far this year, Tyler Vickery has done pit road right. I remember it was one of the first couple of races. He entered like 5th or something and came out on top. So Tyler Vickery knows how to pit these cars. Same goes for that 3 of Caden McAravey. He knows how to pit. We didn't get to do this in the first half, but let's do it now. As we roll through the paint schemes, Tyler Vickery in his classic New Smyrna. Then we got Dalton Wicker in the Tiny Toes Mobile 51. Caden McAravey in the Iowa Hawkeyes number 3. Jesse Fox in the Cheerios number 69. Nice, by the way. Colton Gardner in his classic paint scheme. The one that he's won pretty much every car that we've had in this series. He's gotten a win in this paint scheme. The French Broad Fire Rescue number 40. Brian McKinney in the Milwaukee number 8. Eric Richardson in kind of a new-ish paint scheme. I think he's ran this maybe once or twice before, but this looks pretty new. Looks definitely really good. I can't really read those letters, but that's a nice looking paint scheme on his number 3. We have DJ Fluck in the Scene Media Group. Number 88, and Ian Miller in the Lowe's 48. The Jimmy Johnson throwback. Oh yeah, and Andrew Hewitt. Can't forget Andrew Hewitt. He's in what looks like the Strike Gum number 22. Those colors look really cool too. All right, we're about to get a restart. As they come off, pace car is going to dive away. They're under the control of Tyler Vickery. They're going to get to the restart zone. Green flag is back out here at Chicagoland. Tyler Vickery gets a really good jump as there's some mad jumbles happening in the back as everybody fans out now too wide. Tyler Vickery gets a really good jump on the lead as Dalton Wicker follows right behind. Jesse Fox and Caden McAravey trying to make a move as we got a battle for the lead. Dalton Wicker is back to the lead after one lap under green. As everybody starts to fan out, we've got this backpack still 2x2. And remember that Ian Miller is a lap down car. Colton Gardner in the back of the pack, running 5th right now. Kind of strange to see him back here. He's not able to make ground up on those on the top 4, 5 including Ian Miller, but on the top 4. So Colton Gardner kind of struggling right out of the bat. The same thing for Brian McKinney as we see Brian McKinney trying to make his way around DJ Fluck, but they're all kind of boxed together. This backpack is separated from the front ones and they don't really seem like they can go anywhere. As we see the front pack getting mighty dicey as we see the 3 of Caden McAravey looking for the lead. And we've got the 69 of Jesse Fox looking under the 24. A lot of moves happening early in this second stage. The number 3 backs off from the 51. But look at this. Ian Miller trying to make a Hail Mary move and unlap himself. I mean, more power to you. I don't think the drivers are too worried about Ian Miller being up in the mix because he is 2 laps down, but hey, Ian Miller definitely has the speed to contend if he didn't have that incident. I think he definitely would be fighting for P3, maybe even for the lead. Everyone kind of goes single file to let that 48 through. The 51 not being so easy to let Ian Miller through. But Ian Miller actually going to go right in front of the 3 car's nose, and that's going to allow the 69 of Jesse Fox to get underneath of the 3. Now remember, the 48 and the 3 were a part of that incident that ultimately ruined Ian Miller's race. So I don't know if Ian Miller is still bitter about what happened early in the race, but I guess we'll just see. Ian Miller seems to be erasing everybody pretty cleanly. But we've got a heck of a battle in the back of the pack right now. The 88 of DJ Fluck making a hard charge, trying to get around that 8 car of Brian McKinney. As they get together, oh, the 88 gets turned off the nose of the 8 car. Brian McKinney, hopefully Brian McKinney doesn't have too much damage off of that. But real quick, let's take a look at what happened there. That's DJ Fluck's day ultimately over. Looks like DJ Fluck just got up, just came up too quick. Oopsies, that's not the right thing. But it looks like DJ Fluck just came up the track a little too zesty. Like he's looking to the inside and he washes up the track and there's nowhere for Brian McKinney to go. That's unfortunate. DJ Fluck gonna pull it down pit road. Looking back up front. These front 4 are still running pretty close. They've all kind of settled down for the time being. Let's go and take a look out back. Colton Garner and Eric Richardson trying to make a move on Colton Garner. He was looking to on the inside, but might not make it work just yet. Tyler Vickery falling back to 4th place. Let's take a look and see how Jesse Fox gets around that 48 of Ian Miller. Ian Miller going to kind of squeeze Jesse Fox. Probably more than he wants to be. I'm sure Jesse Fox just wants Ian Miller to just kind of yield and pull down. But you don't have to do that in NASCAR. Ian Miller retakes that 9th place position, by the way. So a little bit more points for that 48 machine, but unfortunately can't compete for any more than that. Get back up front. Caden McAravey starting to put the heat on your leader of Dalton Wicker, who has led every single lap this race except for maybe 1 or 2. The pressure is getting really heated now as they have 24 laps to go. Dalton Wicker just able to get like inches from that wall, which is exactly what you need to do around here. You need to get as close to the wall as you possibly can. Oh, Caden McAravey gets a light tap to the wall, but that's going to kind of give him a run. Caden McAravey gets a really good exit. And he's just stalking that 51 machine of Dalton Wicker. Caden McAravey might have the speed in his machine to get around that dominant 51. As they cross the line, there'll be 21 laps to go as Caden McAravey is now looking to the inside of the 51. Caden McRae is going to slide up just a bit, but Dalton Wicker is going to get clear, but Caden McRae is not done fighting. And that's going to bring Jesse Fox and Tyler Vickery into the picture. Dalton Wicker tries a different line low. That didn't really seem to work out for him too well. Because we've got kind of two battles going on right here. You see Jesse Fox and Tyler Vickery trying to get close and personal. Tyler Vickery trying to make a move on Jesse Fox. As he's going to look to the outside of Jesse Fox, which is the preferred line, I gotta say. Look at how much faster. Oh, Tyler Vickery rolls. Tyler Vickery's holding that outside line. Oh, and he dumps Jesse Fox. Oh, man. Right rear hooks Jesse Fox into the stands. Unfortunate. Man. That was like, I think that was just a racing incident, but man, right rear hooking Jesse Fox. Let's take a look from the inside of Tyler Vickery's. Like, I know that probably wasn't required, but Tyler Vickery was just hanging it out on the outside, and he just got underneath of him. Man, that is unfortunate. Jesse Fox was having such a good run, too. Oh, man. Well, at least he didn't tow, but I don't know if he has a fast repair. So many drivers having incidents tonight. That's 3 drivers. Jesse Fox versus Tyler Vickery. Ian Miller versus Caden McAravey. And DJ Fluck versus... was it Brian McKinney? Yeah, it was Brian McKinney. And that takes the pressure off of Tyler Vickery, that's for sure. Tyler Vickery's got a little bit of front end damage right there. Do you see on his front left front left quarter panel, or it's like front left grill? He's got a good bit of damage. Andrew Hewitt and Brian McKinney setting up for a good battle. Andrew Hewitt going way low to try and get around the 8-car Brian McKinney. They're still side by side as they cross the line for 15 laps to go. Andrew Hewitt practically drifting that car around. You can definitely tell that his car is not driving correct. You know, that damage on Tyler Vickery's car may have just helped him. Because Tyler Vickery just set one of the fastest laps. Actually, Dalton Wicker and Tyler Vickery just set the exact same lap time down to the 100th. Down to the 1000th, actually. They both just set at 33.067. So Tyler Vickery on rails right now. Can he get around the 3-car of Caden McAravey? We've only got 13 laps to go. Well, look who's right behind them. Colton Gardner. That time by Colton Gardner just set the fastest lap time. Colton Gardner been real quiet tonight, actually. Quieter than usual, but maybe it's time to crank up the heat for that 40 machine of Colton Gardner. But the fire has not gone out on the 51 of Dalton Wicker as he's on the backstretch, about to take 11 laps to go. He's had a near perfect race. He hasn't gotten involved in any incidents which there have been more incidents this race than I think there have been, I would say, any other race this season. But yeah, perfect run by Dalton Wicker, who just needs to drag this thing home with no wall scrapes, no incidents, no nothing like that. Battle between Brian McKinney and Andrew Hewitt rages on as we see Jesse Fox with the clearly way fresher tires and the fresh car, just able to kind of scoop past them. But Jesse Fox is 2 laps down. Oh, as Andrew Hewitt gets into the wall. It's going to allow Brian McKinney to get past, and pretty comfortably too. Look who's closing the gap on P3. That's Colton Gardner. You know, honestly, I didn't think either of these drivers were going to get a podium tonight. Both of these drivers were kind of off their usual pace most of this race. And a lot of drivers had incidents in front of them, and they both cranked up the heat at the right time. It's currently P1 and P2 in our championship standings, but sitting P3 and P4 in this race. Colton Gardner, clearly the faster car right now. How aggressive is Colton going to be? Because these are all valuable points. Position 3 versus position 4. A podium versus the first person out of the podium. Or the first person off the podium. Valuable points involved. This is going to be a high stakes battle as we get to the end of this race. Colton Gardner is going to look low as they're side by side. And Tyler Vickery really doesn't have anything for him. Colton Gardner going to be able to drive off as he blinks out momentarily. Let's follow from Tyler Vickery's point of view. And that blinking actually kind of made Colton Gardner lose that momentum. But he is right back there. He's right back there. But yeah, both drivers did not have that good of a qualifying run. And they were stuck in traffic most of the night. Until just now, they're both fighting for this last podium spot. As they cross the line for 6 laps to go here at Chicagoland. Colton Gardner going to get a really, really good run. Going to use all of the racetrack that he possibly can. Gets a good run onto the backstretch. Let's take a look from the inside of Colton Gardner's car. Seems like they're both the 24 and the 40 are just loose exiting each corner. So they're not able to get the drive off that they need. But we'll keep a loose eye on this battle. Closest battle on track at the moment. Colton Gardner does a really good job of rolling that corner. And he's going to stick his nose outside, but Tyler Vickery's going to block that run. And he's going to switch back to the inside. Good move by that 40 machine. As Tyler Vickery gets into the wall just slightly, as they're going to be side by side as they exit turn 2. It's a drag race down the backstretch. Who's going to get the better entrance into turn 3? It's Colton Gardner going all the way to the white line. Is Tyler Vickery going to get the crossover? Tyler Vickery is going to cross over. And now Tyler Vickery makes the crossover move work. How deep is Tyler Vickery going to dive into turn One. He's going to be able to slide job as Jesse Fox makes his way through, but he's a lap car. Colton Garner dives low again, but Colton Garner's going to wash tight. That's going to make these drivers get really close as they come off. 2 laps to go here. Colton Garner giving it everything he's got right now. But Dalton Wicker, as he comes off turn number 4, he's going to get the white flag. White flag presented by Stadium Scene TV. Dalton Wicker doing a great job all race. Literally had a perfect race. Didn't have to. He missed all of the controversy. He gets the hat trick tonight. Most laps led. Win at the stage break. And as he's going to come into turn 3 and he's going to come off turn 4, Dalton Wicker is going to win here at Chicagoland. Looking back real quick. Tyler Vickery is going to get that last podium spot. Caden McAravey is going to get P2. Colton Garner is going to get P4. Eric Richardson, good run for him, is going to get a P5. Brian McKinney going to get P6. Andrew Hewitt, P7. Jesse Fox, P8. Ian Miller, P9. And DJ Fluck rounding out the field in 10th. Let's take a look here. Who do we have in our Discord that we can drag in here? Is Dalton on Discord? I think he is. He's not in the voice channel right now, but we can drag a couple of drivers into here. Let's see. All right, we've got a couple of drivers in here tonight. First off, we have Eric Richardson. Does a good job coming home P5. Tell me how your night was out there.
Yeah, I've been working something and did that in the first half and just had no pace and decided to change it up a little bit and kind of go back to what I was doing. And I guess it paid off a little bit. I wish we had a few more laps there.
Yeah, you definitely showed the speed in the closing laps. Do you have anybody to thank tonight?
You know, just everybody that's come out and joined us and supported. DJ too for us having this harebrained idea way back in the day.
Yeah, it was a really good run for you, and you have a good rest of your night, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Congrats to Dalton.
All right, and we have Tyler Vickery in here, which steals that, actually not steals, earns that last podium spot. Tell me about your night.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs, I guess. Figured out what I needed to do on saving tires and having a good run. That's why I didn't push so hard at the start. I let Dalton go by because with these ARCA cars and the new stuff they've done with it, where the nose is very sensitive, so you have to keep that nose clean. And after learning a little bit from that first run, I figured out how I can catch Dalton, but I burned up the tires too much at the start of that race. So I kind of figured with this run, I'll just right at the start, like if Dalton makes an inside move on me, I'll let him go. I'll catch him later. Then that's what it was happening. And then Jesse went low. I was originally going low, and then I went to move up high, and meeting of the minds. I'm still mad at myself, even though I know Jesse's telling me it's all good, it happens. But it's like I feel bad because I hate when that happens, when we're running so good and so hard, and like, then because of how soft the nose is, as soon as that happened, I felt bad for Jesse because I wiped him out, and then I was mad at myself because that was the one thing I did not want to do with these cars is put any kind of nose damage on it, because as soon as you put nose damage, you're losing. And as soon as I was catching up to both Jesse, Caden, and Dalton, and as soon as that happened, I was, yeah, it was just at that point hoping that maybe I had enough gap with Colton, and Colton gave me a heck of a battle for third, but I still felt bad for Jesse because that was just, I'm still mad at myself, especially with how close this championship is between me and Colton with not many weeks left in the season.
Yeah, I had a feeling that move wasn't like malicious because like I know that you don't drive like that, but and I can tell it was just a racing incident is all it was. Like you were holding the outside and I could tell you didn't want to give up that outside line, and maybe there just was a miscommunication and you guys got together and it was a heck of an incident though, going straight into the wall.
Yeah,
Like, but
yeah,
luckily this
it's
is
like,
I was gonna say
yeah,
luckily this is just iRacing, so there's no
yeah.
injuries involved.
Oh, I know. That's the only good thing because, like, I've seen some crazy wrecks even at New Smyrna. Like, I mean, I'll a funny little shout out to another Bomber A racer that he usually likes to watch the replays, or if he's able to watch it live. Joe Racino, he runs a 13 Bomber A. While I'm also trying to get a Bomber A myself to run alongside with him. There's been like there was an the one race I had an opportunity to run at New Smyrna. I had one little mishaps where I was battling for fifth. We had about maybe 15 cars, and going into turn one, just got on the brakes too hard and spun out. And poor Joe had to check up so hard not to hit me. I mean, even though he was maybe about 3 seconds behind me, but those 3 seconds though, it's a lot can happen, and even that, I was like, ugh. And it's like I'm looking back at the replay, and it's just, it was. I wanted to stay up, and I still drifted enough, and but like what you said, like what Jesse's told me, it's like it happens. We were having a hard battle, and I was, uh, I just hate when it happens though. It's still in my mindset. I like to be a clean driver, both on the sim and in real life, especially at New Smyrna. So kind of, yeah, kind of upsets me a little bit when that happens. But I mean, knowing that it was a racing incident, that it was just nothing that we could have done, it's, yeah, it still bugs me though. But I hate for Jesse to have that happen to him.
Yeah, well, looking at the points, the way that you guys finished out, I was actually kind of surprised that both you and Colin were you guys were kind of quiet until the very end of the race, and you managed the last podium spot, and Colin got fourth. But that's gonna bring you guys even kind of closer in the points. How confident
Yeah.
are you going into Nashville next week?
I'm hoping if these are if granted, I mean, I'm having to have to deal with these ARCA cars anyways, but it's just I'm hoping that they don't run like how I'm hoping Nashville does not run like how Chicagoland and all the other tracks have been, where you can only run the high line. I like Nashville mainly because you can run some different lines, and uh, one and two I love because it's like a double. It's kind of like a double apex, and I love those kind of tracks where it's a double apex, and I'm hoping I can take advantage of it, because if not, it's gonna be interesting, because I think I was lucky enough to get the lap, and I pulled the I gained 4 points on Colton, but I mean, it's still anyone's race. I mean, granted, I think even with us having 3 races left in the season, I know Dalton has an outside chance, but it's like really far out there. I think right now it's still a 2-man race, and with both of us, both me and Colton showing up every race, it's just as long as we don't have calamity happen where we get caught up in a wreck and there's more than 9, like if there's more than 10 people, that we wouldn't get any points if we finish below 10th. It's gonna make a really big difference. But I mean, two race gap, but if Colton and I finish well down the standings in those 2 races, then it's fair play the way it feels like to me.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be interesting to see in these next 3 races. Well, that's all I have for you. You have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Hunter.
Thank you. All right. Well, after another really exciting Wednesday night dash, it comes to a close. Make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place at Nashville Super Speedway to close out the month of September. September's been really busy this month. We're going to close that out at Nashville Super Speedway, and then we're going to take a week off and then finish out the season at Homestead and Phoenix. You don't want to miss those. Our points battle is so close right now. We have a potential battle between Tyler, Colton, and Dalton, who is entering the picture, and maybe even Brian McKinney. If Brian McKinney has a couple good races, if next week Brian McKinney comes and wins the thing, he can definitely be a contender for at least the final podium spot. But Dalton, all of a sudden, now a contender for maybe the podium and maybe even the championship title. Well, you don't want to miss anything. My name is Hunter. I've been broadcasting for you guys tonight. That's going to be all. See you all next week. Goodbye.